Okay, good morning, everybody. For me, I'm really delighted to be here. Welcome one more time in this quiet session. Welcome to our instructor, our directors, our principals, and of course our students that are here checking this important uh, assessment for this uh, specific institution, right? And of course, we're really delighted to be open part of the Universidad Espíritu Santo, US. As you can see, guys, first of all, I am Mr. Joseph Torres, and let me explain to you what is the main goal of this important study. As you can see in this slide, we have already made or created a specific tool and specific slides means in order to illustrate, to have an important important review about technology training for educators of the Archdiocese Educational Network. So in this case, we are going to focus in three different topics, of course. But first of all, let me show you our team. As you can see in this slide, we have in this team that we have already made this important slide in Google Slide, of course. We have Elvis Granda, Andrea De Fast, and who's talking now, Mr. Joseph Torre. As you can see, this is our background in which we have such experience in the English field. Some of them have different career, other ones, of course, they have already graduated from as an English teacher. They have studied in a specific university, of course, studying a career that is related with of to being English teacher, of course. So as you can see, this is our team. And then let me show you, of course, our topic. The topic that I'm going to discuss today is creating assessment and rubrics with ChatGPT and Dixon tool support. Okay, welcome everyone one more time. I'm truly honored to be with you today to talk about something that isn't just changing the future of education, it's now changing our present. We are here to explore how artificial intelligence can support us creating high quality assessment and rubrics, of course, but not just any AI. We're talking about tools like ChatGPT, Deepseek, and Magic Tool, of course. As you can see in here, we have three important tools that are going to help us in order to design, to create, to plan, and to engage our students. So let me be clear. This is not just technology replacing teachers. This is about teachers reclaiming their time, expanding their creativity, reaching more students, of course, and more effectively than ever before. As a specific background about the AI, we can say that in 2024, AI is no longer far off dream. It is writing lesson plans in real time, of course, the feature learning tests, and offering instant feedback to a student in which way we could only imagine a few years ago. But it's up to us, the educators, the leaders, of course, the decision we make to guide this transformation, to say that these tools are crucial and we can handle and we need to use it in order to make our life in a in an easy way. Because as we can see, we have a lot of stuff in order to develop in any kind of our life. So that's why we're going to focus in this important tool. So to ensure the AI supports equity, quality, and human-centered learning, today I will show you how can we use these tools to align CFR standard, save time, and it's more important, design. So first of all, as we can see here, this is our purpose, our objective, our goal to guide educators in designing and implementing effective English language assessment and rubrics by leveraging AI tools such as ChatGPT, Deepseek, and Magic Tool with a focus on learning tasks to learning objectives. So then in the next slide, we have the lesson plans. We have already chosen. a specific topic in this case that is present simple daily routines. So first of all, in order to make a lesson plan and of course to do an assignment on a specific rubrics, it's really important to know our topic. As a teacher, we need to master this topic before. It means that we have to know every detail about what does it mean, the present simple, and a specific, in this case, the daily routine. So when do we use the present simple tense? Of course, we always use the present simple tense to talk about things that are repeatedly every day in every kind of situation, every week, every year. We can talk about here habits, routines, recurring actions, and of course, general truths. So now, why use AI for assessment? So that is a quite question for everybody. So the AI assessment, of course, in AI, this assessment is about for efficiency and precision. It means that help you to save hours for planning time. You can generate and tailor activities, of course, aligning to student needs. Of course, we can adapt assessment for mixed ability from strong learners to high achiever instantly. Now we can see we have a quite difference between ChatGPT, Deepseek, and Magic School. And we can see in this slide we have ChatGPT. It means the type is a conversational AI. The Deepseek is a code text AI model, of course. This is from China. Magical is the type is AI for educators. Well, actually, I always use the three specific tools in order to have an answer, to respond on a specific task that we have as an educator. Then, as we can see, we have a sure advantage and disadvantage of each tool, AI tools, in which we can say that, for example, for ChatGPT, advantage is fast and creative output, so we can natural language prompt. One disadvantage for ChatGPT, of course, it requires internet and supervision, and because if you need to dig down in to get more information about a specific accuracy information or specific dates and specific statistics. So you need to get the ChatGPT premium. So it means that you have to pay for it. On the other side, we have the Deepseek with advantage and disadvantage, of course, in which it is open source. It means it is free, it's multilingual, developer friendly, super friendly. It means that everybody can use it. At the same time, it doesn't matter if you don't have enough knowledge to how to use this course. And of course, the disadvantage means that as educator, not all the people know how to use it or know that this AI tool exists, of course, but it's really helpful. And then finally, we have Magic Tool School, in which this specific tool help you to tailor as an educator. It means that it can help you to elaborate, to create rubrics, lesson plan, logs, prompts. The disadvantage here that you need to have a template, of course, is a little less flexible, but it requires an account to sign up. If you don't have an account, you cannot sign up. That is the way. Okay, now let's gonna go with the global issues tab, and we can see the majority of people in the worldwide always use ChatGPT. More than 180 million users. That is the most popular AI tool in which students, teacher, professor, everybody in the world use this tool. So the Deepseek is growing up a little by little, step by step. But of course, in Magic School, there is a specific market in which they use Magic School too. So let's gonna take a look about how to create this important lesson plans, how to create an assignment, and how to create a rubric. So first of all, it's really necessary that to create a prompt, it's necessary to be so specific with the words. It means, first of all, you have to create a lesson plan. In this case, we have our lesson plans. So let me show you. This is a prompt in which we can replicate with on the other tools in which it's gonna be at least the same, but not the same, because every AI tool has a different result. So let's gonna take a look. In order to create a prompt, it's really necessary to be really specified with all your words. It means that the more you try, the more you get the information. It means that you need to understand how the AI thinks and of course give them the answer or give the information. Because, for example, let's gonna take a look of this one. This is ChatGPT. Well, actually, here, as you can see, this is an example how can we use ChatGPT. First of all, I have the prompt here, of course, and I say to ChatGPT, first of all, this is my lesson plan about the topic daily routines. And then you need to say to it, be an expert, or you are an expert by creating a lesson plan and signing a rubric. If you don't tell that to ChatGPT, to Deepseek, of course, to Magic School, that be an expert in this case as an English teacher or in other cases, he's gonna give you a general answer, but not a specific ones that you expect for. So that's why it's really important to be specific with these AI tools. So in this case, first of all, this is my lesson plan, of course, for 60 minutes, in which it said a short explanation about the present simple tense, affirmative, negative, interrogative forms. We have common time expression, the general objective, specific objective. We have the target language structure. We have common questions that all the students need to check it out to put in practice. We have the resources and the materials in which the teacher is going to show in front of the student and he's going to use with the student as well. So this is the prompt of our lesson plan. But now, first of all, now I'm gonna cut this information because this is the second part. This is the second part. First of all, I need to ChatGPT to analyze this information, analyze this lesson plan. I'm gonna go click them there. Remember that in order to to have the answer of ChatGPT, you need to get a registration. It means I got my registration made with my US institutional account. It's really easy. You just need the account. You can log in with the Google ones account, and then you will have a result. So first of all, I'm gonna type the prompt, and then I'm gonna enter or click here in this one, and then ChatGPT is analyzing this one, your answer, and then when you got the answer, first of all, because he's analyzing your lesson plan, it takes a lot of minutes. Well, actually, it takes at least 1 minute. 1 minute. Let's gonna wait until it finish because it's analyzing your lesson plan. So the answer that we expect for is not the ones that we want, of course. But just in case, don't worry because I give to ChatGPT my lesson plan. Then I gonna need another prompt. That was the prompt number one. Analyze my lesson plan because that is the one in which I gonna work with the assignment and the ones that I work with the rubric, of course. So down in the second prompt, this is the second prompt, I say to ChatGPT, hey, now after you analyze taking account my previous lesson plan about what? The simple daily routine, and now this is my general topic, remember, creating a segment and rubric with ChatGPT. Now I say to ChatGPT, please, I need to do a specific activity. You can say to ChatGPT, do one activity, two activity, three activity, create a general objective, create a specific objective, create a justification, create whatever you want according with the English field sources, of course, why not? So in this case, I say to ChatGPT to give me some brief information, the crucial ones, in order, for example, to put in practice, to put all the information in the slide. For example, the first activity that I wrote in this section, small section, is I need to create some slide for a presentation to university authorities. Give me the crucial information, the advantage, disadvantage, the information that are really crucial, and the ones that need to catch their attention. That is activity one. Activity number two, in this case, of course, is gonna be activity number two is gonna be, of course, create the assessment. That is really crucial. It means the assessment in which includes 10 questions with multiple choice question and 2 questions with open-ended question with their answers. So in this case, the assessment is gonna be the ones that you want, of course, in order to have an assessment. In my case, we have already chosen an assessment of question ones. So I say to ChatGPT about my assessment, create or include 10 questions with multiple choice question and 2 questions with open-ended question with the answers. That is activity number 2. And finally, number 3, create a short Ecuadorian rubric in which measure the activity in class. And then you have to mention the details how your rubric is gonna be for you. Of course, the details for this rubric it means it's gonna be excellent, good, regular, insufficient. And with the Ecuadorian score, here in Ecuador, we usually use as a general score is 10 over 10. So I give some type of rubrics in which there are the general one, we have the analytic, holistic, and the core is scoring guide rubric. So that is the second prompt. I'm gonna click on here and then ChatGPT is gonna analyze the previous information with the new one, and then you will see all the information in a one simple answer. Here we have. Now it's gonna take time. Let's gonna wait for it, and then you might see the information that I want. Remember that I said to ChatGPT create 3 activities in this case. As you can see, you can do your slides. It means the information that you want to put in each slide. So come on, it's gonna be really easy. It's really useful to use this tool. Of course, I always use it in everyday daily life situation. And then why I like a ChatGPT because as you can see, if you keep the correct prompt, the answer that you expect for is gonna be that you want, of course. So you can see we have the cell number 7, 8. We have the part number 2. Remember that there are 2 activities that I say to ChatGPT to do it. So the activity number 2 was about the assessment activity. As you can see here, the AI give me the question, and of course it give me the answer too. Well, we have the 10 question, and then we have the open-ended question with a simple answer, right? In this case. What else? The rubrics. Let's wanna take a look about the rubrics. As you can see, is in a chart. Of course, remember that the rubric have to be in a chart. ChatGPT give me a different rubric. In this case, it give me an analytic rubric, an holistic rubric, and of course, the finally one is scoring guide rubric for assessment activity. This is the ones. This is the answer. This is the how ChatGPT works. It's really useful. Believe me, I always use ChatGPT. Now let's gonna get into the new one. This another tool. Now, as you can see, I have already summarized all the information with the previous ChatGPT. All the information here is in one prompt. It's gonna be kinda the same, but remember that this is a Chinese AI. So let's gonna do this. I'm gonna click. Remember that in ChatGPT I use 2 prompts. Now in Deepseek, I'm gonna do the same activity, but all the words of the content information is gonna be just in one prompt. So let's gonna click on here, and we will see our results. Then of course it takes out a little time first to analyze, to give you the information, of course. So let's gonna wait while this AI take its time in order to generate the answer that you expect for. As you can see, he is working, of course. But remember, let's gonna go deep down with this one. In this AI, ChatGPT, for example, if you want to upload something, a specific picture or a specific picture or in this case, a file, you can do it. But Remember that you have only three chances to upload. It means a picture or a document too, because that is the basic chat GPT, right? Because in the premium you can upload, you can get more information, you can get deep down of more resources, more information, available information around the world. Now let's gonna go with the Deepseek, the ones, the information that we expect for. As we can see, it's the same prompt, but however, we have a little difference because as you can see, both are AI, artificial intelligence, but the results are gonna be more structured, as you can see. It's different a little bit, yes, because when we talk about the rubrics are gonna be better than ChatGPT in some cases. In some cases, okay. As you can see, we have all the information. We have the three activities. Remember, in other, for example, we have the lesson plan. He have already analyzed the lesson plan, and then of course the activity one was to do or to put the necessary information in each slide, of course. In activity one was to create the presentation slide. In each slide, as you can see, we have at least 5 slides. In this case, Dixie give me only 5 slides in order to have a clear information. What does it mean this or why these tools are really useful? Of course, it gives me the advantage and disadvantage of each tool. Now, as you can see, we have the question here, activity number 2, the same, well, at least not the same question, but we have 10 more questions. We have 2 open-ended extra questions. So it's what you decide, of course. And then, as we can see here, we have magic tools. Of course, we have a different section with features, of course. Let's gonna go with the rubric generator. And of course, I need to select the specific ones, the specific course. It means the grade or level. So as we can see, our market in this case is university. The scale is gonna be over 5, and here we're gonna write the objective of our class or the standard. Let's gonna go with the previous information, the ChatGPT. I just need, of course, the prompt, because this is the one that I'm gonna put here. So let me write here lesson plan about daily routines. I'm gonna put it here because he is gonna give me. He's gonna give me the information. It's just about present simple daily routines, right? And then here in this section, of course, I need a rubric. So in this case, I'm gonna go in the same prompt and I'm gonna say to him, create a Ecuadorian rubric with measure the activity in class details. So I'm gonna copy this information and I'm gonna put it in the Magic School tool here. Here we have. So we have the present simple daily routines is gonna be focused on the grade level in university. And here I'm gonna put the optional, I'm gonna put here maybe the lesson plan. So let me check again our lesson plan. Remember that this is our lesson plan. It's the same one that we're going to use, the same information. I'm gonna copy and then I'm gonna paste it here. As you can see, we have the same information here. We have the topic, of course, is related with the university, and then generated. We have to wait just for us a few seconds, and here we have. As you can see, we have another way in which we can do the rubrics, of course, according with our topic. So, as I mentioned before, we have different type of rubrics. We have here the holistic ones, the analytic, of course, and we have the scoring ones. So it's up to you which one you're gonna use. Of course, let's gonna dig down with our presentation. As you can see, We have the three important and crucial tools that we are going to use it in this important research, of course. And then we have the Ecuadorian rubric for speaking oral activity, as I mentioned before. These one are the ones that we use it. And here we have a photo, pictures about, you can see on this slide, we can hear verifications about or examples about of other rubrics, okay? So that will be all for today. I hope you like this presentation pretty much. Let me close with this. AI is not a threat for teaching. It is a holistic means that, but if with the professional leaks to use audacity, clarity, and heart, instead, let's design with AI guided by our expertise for assignments that matter. So I challenge you, each of you, try to start small, try to one quiz, build one rubric, of course, adapt what lesson, and you will never go back. Thank you for your time, for your leadership, and remember, we are not replacing teachers, we are redefining what is possible in education. If you have any question or reflection, you would like to share to me in the comments that I have here in the Zoom. Thank you for your attention. We will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.